Try That in a Small Town. Everyone's heard of that song by now, Jason Aldean's song. The song's been out for a while, but it caused a bit of a stir recently because he made a music video of it and he dared to include some Antifa/Black Lives Matter violence in it. Just video footage of what they did. Apparently, they tried to cancel the guy and the song went to #1, so he's doing all right. It all worked out for Jason in the end, but let's talk about this industry and backlash. And is it actually a good thing with a country music star, platinum singer-songwriter RaeLynn, also authored the book Raising Me, a Country Girl from the Great Brave Books. RaeLynn, okay, as a singer, as a songwriter, you get stuck in controversy. Do you know it's going to help in the end, or is it still uncomfortable and crappy?
I think you just ignore it and move on. Personally.
Yeah. Is this something that you've noticed infecting the country music industry more and more? Because that would be the one most people would consider to be more traditional. If you're going to find an industry that has more traditional values, you'd look at country probably first, but are we losing it too?
I don't think, I feel like there's a lot of great artists still in this genre, and I think the biggest thing that we can do is continue to write great songs and put out great music. And the fans are out there. The fans speak up when they need to. And the best thing that we can do is continue to write the music for them. And when you do that, you're always going to win.
You wrote a song called It's Happening Right Here. What's it about?
Yes, so I was a part of the song It's Happening Right Here. The song is about the global just pandemic that we see with sex trafficking. Not a lot of people want to talk about the fact that human trafficking is happening all over the world, and it's happening right here in the United States of America and right in your backyard. And 25% of human trafficking is children. And I've known a lot about human trafficking as a kid. Like, my dad taught me and my mom taught me how to spot things, because we lived in Houston or outside of Houston, and always had to be aware of your surroundings. But I didn't realize the seriousness of it until I met Tim Ballard, till I got involved with OUR and did this song for his documentary. So before he released Sound of Freedom, he released a documentary called It's Happening Right Here. And it's basically a documentary style movie about just the fact that we are in it right now and how to see the signs, how to educate yourself, how to educate your children. And the theme song was the song that I did. But it's, it's something that I think needs definitely, the more we talk about it, the more people are aware of it, the better. And we just had somebody we're outside of Nashville, but we just had somebody in Franklin, Tennessee, 30 minutes away, messing with kids on his soccer team. And the only way that they found this out was they found all the footage on his phone because he left his phone at a restaurant, and they were trying to identify who the person was to give them their phone back. So we want to act like we live in a perfect hunky-dory world, but we don't, unfortunately. And it's important to understand and see the signs to be able to protect our kids and protect people too. So,
entertainment has been something people, at least on the right, have been dismissive of. They have not been dismissive of it on the left. They've embraced it. But people on the right have oftentimes kind of rolled their eyes at it. Oh, no one cares what LeBron James thinks. But that's not true. Entertaining is an important part of a society, and it helps guide a society. It is a big deal if the music industry goes to crap.
I think it's important for everybody to be able to speak what matters to them. And I have been somebody, I'm unapologetically pro-life, and I'm unapologetically a patriot. My husband is a former Green Beret, my brother. And, I know that freedom is not free. And I believe that that's something that should be talked about. And when that becomes un-American, to be proud of where you're from, that gets a little scary. So those are things that I will always talk about. But I also love being an entertainer. I love being an artist. I love writing songs. I love country music. I love country music fans. Like, I wouldn't be doing this without the fans, and the fans are what make it happen. So, but I do believe that every artist is different, and we all have our different mission. And you know, that's mine.
Tell me about this book of yours.
Yes. So I wrote a children's book called Raising Me a Country Girl. And I was 8 months pregnant in the studio. And I was like, what's the song that I want to end this pregnancy with before I go on maternity leave? And so I was thinking about a love letter that I wanted to write Daisy. And, you know, if I could instill anything into my daughter, I want her to be a tough, sweet, rough, hard-headed country girl that and knows the importance of life and values, and that's going to wear a sundress and get it dirty. Like, that's how I was. I was the kid that was always in the backyard, drinking out of a water hose, getting dirty, spending time with my dad, hanging out, going to church, hanging out with my friends. And there's just something so wholesome and incredible about that life. And that's what I pray for my daughter. And so when I wrote this song, I've always dreamed about it being a children's book. Because, you know, just because you're a girl doesn't mean that you can't be tough and, you know, have a backbone and all those things. Because I'm definitely a girl that has a backbone. And so that's what I really wanted this book to represent, were those girls that are sweet and tough and have a book for little country girls. So I'm very excited about this book.
I like it. All right, RaeLynn, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I have great news. If you enjoyed that, I have a YouTube channel you can subscribe to. Whatever I do, it'll be right there on YouTube. So go subscribe today.